What's going on, guys? We're back once again, and we are going to be talking about Wonder Woman 1984. Now, once again, I'm going to go ahead and say this. If you guys have not seen the film, just click off the video and then go check it out, and then let me know what you guys think and when come back. Because, again, I try to give you guys enough leeway so that way you guys can check it out. Now, first off, I'm going to go ahead and say this. I did enjoy this film. There has been a lot of controversy with this film saying, oh, it sucks. Oh, it's the worst movie ever of DC or anything. One, if you liked it, okay. If you disliked it, okay. If you want to hear my review, then okay, great. If not, that's fine too. But overall, I will say I enjoyed this movie. Did I enjoy it as much as the first one? No, I did not. But I think that it was still a very decent film. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say this as of right now. I will say that there were some things that was unnecessary. I still think there were some things that I wish they would have done more on and less on. Now, the entire moral of this story is, Diana, aka Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot, I'm going to go ahead and get this out. Very, very beautiful woman, amazing actress, killed it again as Wonder Woman, really brought it, and just very much of a delight to see on screen as Wonder Woman. And this is coming from somebody that had his doubts about Wonder Woman, and I did. When I first saw, I was like, oh man, I'm not entirely sure, but then she kills it as Wonder Woman. She really does. And I will say that it's not as good as the first one, but it really does make a good splash in DC, so to speak. And the reason why I'm going to say that is because the entirety of this film is centered around a piece of material that is a crystal, which we later find out took down a lot of dynasties, like the Mayan dynasty, a lot over in Russia, Asia, and all these other places all around the world throughout the entire centuries. And when you make a wish, it actually happens, but it comes with a price. And when it happens, it goes into the museum that Diana works for, and then Kristen Wiig's character who plays Cheetah, which I'll get into in a minute. She is the typical nerdy girl, wears glasses, stumbles, doesn't have nobody to talk to, very awkward. That normal, that something happens to that character and then all of a sudden they just, they come out to be, it's very stereotypical, it's very repetitive in movies. Sometimes it gets old, sometimes it doesn't, I guess depending if you're tired of seeing that. Now, overall, Kristen Wiig's character, I will say, I don't know, I was back and forth with it because I can't take her character very seriously. And the reason why I can't take her character very seriously is the reason why, again, I can't take her character very seriously is because I think with her being in so many comedies, I think that's what kind of made me go like, nah. That was just my personal opinion. But I really don't think that possibly was, I don't know, but again, it just didn't work for me. And then of course, we got, Pedro Pascal, who plays this, this character who wants to basically become a millionaire, win a lot of money, and his drive is to become a very big success. And he uses a lot of issues to try to make this a lot of money. And what's really interesting about this is we do see in the film where, and I found this to be really funny, where I would say I'd probably where Diana, she's been on Earth now for well, not Earth, but she's been in the world now for 50 years. She's, I guess you would call it like an archaeologist type of field. And when she comes across this crystal, this jewel, the main thing she wants is to see Steve again. And when she finally does, it's not in the way you think, and I'm going to go ahead and say this now, spoiler alert again, it is not necessarily Steve that is him. There's this person that looks like Steve, or basically his soul, or in a way does become Steve, where basically Steve sees another, like he's basically in another person's body, almost like if you guys ever seen Down to Earth with Chris Rock, where he goes into the first, I would say the older white character guy who comes out and he sees himself, everybody sees him as that character. That's pretty much close to what it was. And we do see where but she sees him as Steve. And then, of course, you see, Barbara, Kristen Wiig's character, she wishes to be like Diana. And then she slowly starts becoming like Diana. And then, of course, Pedro Pascal's character, he finds the crystal, and he wishes to become it so he can grant all these wishes. And he gets more powerful every time he does, but he also starts losing some of his, like, I would say humanity, because he really wants control now of the entire world, because the more power he has, the more power hungry he gets. And of course, Cheetah, she slowly becomes Cheetah at the very end of the film, but at the same time, we slowly get why she wants to be powerful, why she wants to be, the alpha, the apex predator, as she says. And overall, I will say that there was a few scenes in this movie that it didn't hit me, but there was a few scenes I think did. And when I say that, there's one scene in the film where basically we do find out that unfortunately what causes, the effects, if you do something, it's going to cause, I think they said the paw effect or something like that, where unfortunately it will cost you. It will cost you something. And basically what happens is Diana, she starts losing her powers. And I think they put that very well done in the storyline, as well as also Cheetah becoming stronger and giving her kind of a equal measure of how to fight. And of course we can see the armor later on. Now honestly, I think the only reason why they put the armor in that is the final fight, which I'll get into in a few minutes. Overall, I think the fight was okay. It wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. I was a little disappointed. I didn't think the armor was necessary. Even in that, I don't think the armor was fully necessary. I think they could have gone a little bit less than that. I don't think the armor was necessary. I also think that, first off, Steve coming back, it did make sense with the way of how he came back. And what was really interesting is knowing that the world was going to complete hell, and she has to basically let him go so she can regain her full power. And there's this scene where she has to basically renounce her wish, and it's really insane that she basically has to say goodbye to him one final time and basically understand, unfortunately, he's not coming back. This is a version of him that you did want, but he's not fully back like the way you want him to come back. And I will say this movie, again, it was good. It was okay, but it wasn't as good as the first film, because again, that first scene, or that main scene that really sticks out to mind, is again No Man's Land, and I've seen that with a lot of people. And that scene is very iconic now in, I would say, DC, as well as with Gal Gadot. With her going across that field and just with the bullets, and it's just absolutely badass. And I would say this as a DC fan. I think Wonder Woman as a whole is now leading the pack of the DC fandom. I really do. I really think that she is now leading the DC. Now again, there's now, as of right now, as we're recording this video, it's Monday, but this is going to be coming out Tuesday for you guys. There is confirmation for a third film. Now, hopefully it'll be a little bit better. Don't know exactly who we're going to be getting, because at the very end of the film, Cheetah goes back to normal, and then of course Pedro Pascal's character goes back to normal after having this godlike ability, trying to control everything. And it's something we've never really seen before in movies, as well as also Steve, disappears once again, and Diana has to move on with her life. And again, this is before Batman v Superman, Justice League, everything of that nature. So again, with the timing, it was cool to see it in the 80s. It was cool to see what they were trying to do. But again, I don't think that there's been people trashing this film from what I'm seeing. And again, it's not the best film in the world, but it's not the worst film either. And they're like, oh, it's as bad as Suicide Squad. First of all, I enjoy Suicide Squad. I didn't think it was that bad. If y'all want to know my least favorite movie, y'all should already know it's Batman v Superman. But honestly, I think if they are going to continue the Justice League, obviously they're going to have to continue it with Wonder Woman, because right now Wonder Woman is leading the pack. Aquaman did help, but with issues that's been going on in Aquaman, behind the scenes, everything going on as of right now. Don't know if we're going to get that ever again, or even a Cyborg movie, or Flash, or another Superman film, or even a Batman film. Apparently we will, but I don't think it's going to happen for the next few years. So But right now, I do believe that Wonder Woman is leading the pack, so to speak, of the DC franchise, of the new DC universe that they are building. I didn't, like I said, once again, I did enjoy this film. If I had to fully give this a rating, I would probably say I give it a 6, 6 out of 10. And the reason why I give it a 6 out of 10, there were things like this I didn't really care for. I didn't particularly care for the design of Cheetah. I didn't really care for too much. I felt like it was too fake in a way. I felt like it was too fake. I mean, I liked it, but I disliked it, if that makes sense. And then also, I did not like the fact that they wanted to bring a flashback scene into the movie, because I felt like that was a little unnecessary. I felt like they just put that in there to go, okay, well, you know, we put these guys in here, we need to find out what we're going to do with them. And then also trying to basically put in the film of, okay, well, you know, we're going to have this person gain all his power, and it's just like it made sense, but at the same time it made you really think, okay, where this is something again we haven't seen before. So it worked, but it also was kind of silly at the same time. So in ways I enjoyed it, in ways I disliked it. So I'm kind of odds and ends on this film. I really don't know. But will I say, is it a must-see? Depending on your views of, I would say, if you're a DC fan or a superhero fan or a Wonder Woman fan or anything of that nature, if you're a fan of any of those, by all means go see the movie. But if you're just a casual fan, want to watch I would say a action movie or something that has to do with I would say a good story or anything of that nature, then by all means go check it out. But at the same time, again, you guys could probably wait till it comes out on DVD or comes out on, you know, something to where you can probably watch it. Now, honestly, would it be different if this came out on in the theaters? Possibly not. It'd probably be still getting the same critiques it is right now. Again, most of these critiques that everybody wants to come out with, honestly, don't know a whole lot, out of my personal opinion. AKA Rotten Tomatoes, just saying. But a lot of these guys don't know exactly what they're talking about. Personally, I'm one of those. I don't listen to a lot of critics very much. I really don't. I go in, try to open-minded to see a film, and I give it my full attention, and then I say for myself if I liked it or I disliked it or I hated it or I loved it, whatever, you know, at the end of the day. So let me know what you guys thought about this. Did you guys go see Wonder Woman? As of yet, it is on HBO Max. I watched it online, so I was able to watch it for free. Again, with all these different sites out there, so I was able to do that. So let me know what you guys thought about this. If you guys are new to the channel, consider about subscribing. If you're new to the channel, always consider about subscribing. Leave down description below if you guys want to give me a follow. Also comment what you guys thought about the movie, what y'all thought about the review. I kind of balanced it as much as I could. Once again, hope you guys were able to follow what I was saying. But overall, like I said, I give this movie a 6 out of 10. I think it was very interesting how they brought Steve back. As I said, it made sense. There was a sad scene, of course, saying goodbye to him, the way they had to do it for Diana to get her powers back, as well as also the Cheetah thing was off and on. Pedro Pascal's character was kind of there. He was just, it was very entertaining to see Pedro Pascal as his character. If you're very now used to him, you know, being on other shows, especially on Mandalorian, with what I'm now used to seeing him on. So again, it's very interesting to see him on there. But either way, like I said, it was a decent film. It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't the best. So let me know what you guys think. And as always, I'll see you guys in the comments and on the next video.